Hello, this is Sky Moore. This segment is on defenses to a copyright infringement claim. There are two basic defenses that are the most prevalent, the most common. The first is called the first sale doctrine. And the first sale doctrine is if you have purchased a physical copy of the work, you are free to do with it as you wish. You are free to license it to your friends and you're free to sell it. And this is the basis that the whole video business was based on, because retail stores were free to buy video cassettes, and under the first sale doctrine, they were free to then license them out and rent them out. And that's how Blockbuster was built, and that's how the whole video industry was created. It was based on the back of the first sale doctrine. In the beginning, the studios just simply got a fixed fee for the sale of each cassette until they got smart, and they figured out that the way to override the first sale doctrine was by contract. And so they started building into their contract the contractual prohibitions against sale of the item, and the courts upheld that the contractual obligation overrode the first sale doctrine. That's also why you'll see shrink wrap licenses that often purport to be a license and contractually restrict you from selling whatever it is that you bought. Some courts have accepted shrink wrap licenses as being valid. And when you see that, that is, again, it's overriding the first sale doctrine. The next big defense to a copyright infringement claim is the fair use doctrine. And the fair use doctrine, when you boil it down, simply is a defense that's baked into the Copyright Act that says that you're not infringing the underlying work if whatever you're doing is fair. And there's a lot of words around that. They give kind of factors to consider and various fact patterns, but they're all non-exclusive and not binding on the courts. And when you boil it down, it's just what is fair. And the problem with this defense is that the courts are in disarray as to what is fair, of course, because it just becomes a matter of heart. There's some cases, for example, that have allowed copyrights to be used in another work up to 1.5 minutes, for example, in one film that was held to be fair use, and yet 20 seconds in another film was held not fair use. And so the industry is left kind of rudderless as to, well, then what's fair or what's not fair. There was a recent case where somebody in a film read literally one line of one poem from another work, and the owner of the copyright to the poem sued the film company, and the court just upheld that that was fair use, thank God, because that would have been otherwise ridiculous. One aspect that's curious is parodies are almost per se deemed to be fair use. And most of the courts just accept parody no matter how long it is. For example, there was a kind of a ripoff of Star Wars, but it was a porno film and they called it Starballs. And the whole film was a parody of Star Wars, but it was an X-rated porno version, and the court upheld that as being not copyright infringement because parodies are kind of automatically protected for some reason. So those are the two big defenses to copyright, and that brings us to the end of the copyright discussion. So Sky Moore signing off here. I hope you join me for the next segment.